Hello and welcome back to Spoken Essays. Hi, I am Harshil Vora and you are watching the live video where I try to figure out how to code. So without further ado, let's see what we have with us today. Okay, my screen is shared. Let me also open this. Very good, and I'll press Command Shift T and I'll press Command Shift W to close that window. And this is where we were the last time. It prints that twice, do you? Oh, must be because of that. Okay, no problem. Now we're back to that. So this is where we were stuck. I'm going to try something new today. We keep the padding as is, but instead of using the same two scales, we're going to use years as the x coordinates, if that makes sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me either, but let's see what we are dealing with. We take years. So now this stores all the years, and maybe I should create a new scale called year scale. I should say years scale. Year scale, fine. Pretty standard code, but a few changes will be given. I mean, they will be years, right? Interesting. Then why am I not using you? I need to figure out what I did wrong in order to make this right. I don't think, just following a hunch won't do it. I'm going to read that test and try to understand it again. The data attributes and its attribute and its corresponding bar element should align with the corresponding value on the x-axis. Yeah, if I were to move it here, what would happen? How do we get the x scale to understand? I tried padding in CSS, but that didn't work. If I gave it physical padding, what would it do? Right now this takes 720. Let's not looking at first of all. Maybe we can change this number. Changing this number won't change the i's value. The i's value will still be that. Interesting. It takes that when it's here. And if I remove the ith value, right, the scale ends abruptly. Now it's all the 1000 values. Yes. What if we scale those values? Oh, sorry. We called a new scale, right? Okay. So you can only see one element, and the rest of the elements are probably some values away. Okay, let's think of it this way. If I want to store all the years in a range, how do we make the ith value move? How? Yeah, it's only 6:21 anyway. Yeah, think in that case free code camp bar d3 bar chart. That's the tutorial itself. Learn to create a bar chart with d3. I'm looking at the forum. While completing the first data visualization, initially I had a lot of issues getting the tests to pass, even though I had fulfilled all the user stories properly. I found that not everything was explained in FCC's curriculum, so I just wanted to share a couple of tips or pointers for anyone. Okay, so this will be helpful. Don't use scale linear for the x-axis. While it's the only scale that FCC curriculum teaches, you can get it to functionally work by formatting the tick marks and labels, which I spent time doing. Unfortunately, the tests won't pass if you try it. You want to use scale time. Here's a short guide by Geeks for Geeks. Scale time. Okay. This should be. So this is scale time. Okay. We came across that scale time. And you can get it to functionally work by formatting the tick marks and labels. Unfortunately, the tests won't pass if you try it. You want to use scale time. Here's a short guide of how the scale time works. But the gist is that the domain needs an array of two date objects. Oh, that's why they were converting it into date objects. The earliest date in your dataset and the latest date in your dataset. I don't recall if the JavaScript DS and A covers date objects. I don't think it does, but you can Google JavaScript date constructor to find a tutorial. Ignore the FCC add a tooltip to D3 element challenge. Apparently I need to spend an entire day, and I don't plan on spending an entire day into this, but apparently you have to do all these things to take care of this challenge. This method will work fine, but the tests will fail. Interesting. Instead, you need to create a tooltip like a modal. I don't think FCC covers modals at all, but there are plenty of tutorials out there. Ensure you want to create the element. Whoever you are, A Burke 1234, thank you for telling us all of this. You can't use standard JavaScript event handlers to make the tooltip modal appear, disappear, or the tests will fail. You need to use the D3's built-in on method. Again, this isn't explained at all in the FCC curriculum, but it's pretty simple. It just takes two parameters, the event and a function, the same as the standard JavaScript add event listener method. I hope this helps everyone. Here's a link to my completed bar chart project if anyone is still confused, and yes, we like to understand how they did it. Okay, does it take? Yeah, it takes time to load, and they built it. Wow, very cool. They used blue bars. Okay, the h2 title container, whatever. I think that's where the tooltip is. This is all of that. It's okay. Import all as d3 from cd and skypack, then fetch response as response data format graph data. This is a function. Is it a custom function? I think so, maybe. Handle mouse over event if event.target.dataset.gdp. So you're putting event listeners, svg height, svg width, padding, minimum x, new. Oh my god. Okay, so this guy did it with this many lines of code. What? 75 lines of code apparently. Okay, but yeah, let's not. Your post is a good warning that these projects are hard and are a step up in difficulty from the projects for the earlier. They require a lot of research in order to extend what you know to create new visualizations. So that's what I was stuck with. I kept referring to what we learned and not what we are supposed to look for. E. Oh yeah, okay. And just a second. No, okay, no views yet. No one's joined the live video yet. That's okay. Anyway, this is typical. The exercises are introductory. There's no way everything in D3 could be covered in a few dozen exercises. That's the point of the projects. Take the introductory knowledge and expand it with research. Okay, so that's also a very good point. Yeah, we shouldn't rely on freeCodeCamp for everything. We should start learning them from Google by ourselves too. I see. You really shouldn't use linear anything for a bar chart since you're representing chunks of time. A time scale or band scale makes much more sense. Oh, that's why it uses a scale time and not scale linear for time. This is well documented in the forums. The test is explicit in the requirements of attributes for the tool, which can't be done with the SVG title element. I also figure this out the hard way, although I can't remember if it's the lack of attributes on title or the transition times that prevent it from working, because I just jump through some hoops trying to get it to work, even though doing it with a div is so much easier. Okay, I think we need to spend a special time behind this, but I think the rest of the projects will also be this way. With D3 we need to understand the D3 library itself instead of using everything that we are doing. I think as long as we have that date object working, it shouldn't be a problem. Maybe. So maybe it's not that x value 50 that's causing the problem. So I can at least do that, put that back. Oh right, yeah. Alright, what else did I do to this? Aren't you the SVG's rectangle? Yeah, you are. Okay. Why is the graph this way? Exactly. Okay, now. Okay, why is that happening now? I plus padding. That would be 60, right? But without 60, it goes crazy. I think, yeah, padding plus then. Because of board mass. Yeah, board mass. So this is what's causing the problem, I think, then. Okay. I do want to be spending time behind this. Set attribute, document.getElement by ID. So not only have they used D3, but they've also used something else. If I run the tests, they still don't finish the tool. Oh, they do finish the tooltip tests. So if I hover over this, yeah, we can see the date and the GDP. Okay. I don't think the tooltip tests will be that hard, but these will be. I mean, they have proven to be hard. Anyway, Andy Burke, thank you. Scale time, it seems. Let's first apply that to you then. Scale time. But now you need date objects. New date, get year, right. Is that a get here JavaScript? Yep, date dot prototype dot get here. Yep, the same way. New date dot get here. This. Okay, it only says dot 123. And now we can't see it. If I add the keyword new, still can't. We need that function call. I think it's because we're looking at it wrong. Oh, how about now? Wait, what happened before? Somewhere in there, we got it to working. Not here apparently. Not here apparently. Not here at all. For a moment there, I saw something. Now we can't see anything. It's not a new date object. It thinks in milliseconds, doesn't it? I'll be right back. I need to, visit the John. Enjoy the music for a couple of seconds. I'll be right back. Thank you. Hello, I'm back. Okay, let's see what we have for us now. What we are to do. If I can store them as new date objects in here. Yeah, then we can do something. Then I can use d3.max values. After all, they need new date objects, right? How will I store that? For that I need to refer to your code. New date item 0. I get it. Yep. But not you. That's it. And then we get the max dates from here. So d3.max. None of this really. Instead we just write years. Are you? Yeah, your years. Years. This should be the minimum value. But it only goes till 2019 and 70 because this is not the date. d3.maximum years. So now I think we may have, now we've solved the 10th, but not the, okay, so 10th statement is now solved. I feel so happy. I do. Very good. Now we've got to do something about you, don't we? It's with GDP values. Y values don't line up with Y locations. Yeah, that means the height doesn't match. Or yeah, probably what though? It's not it's not that with it's not matching the height. It's not about matching the height. I get it. सही है ना 10th वाला solve हो गया. At least that's solved now. Very good. Now we figure you out. What do I even do? I didn't even think that. I mean, I knew it was a problem. But hey. In a surprising turn of events, Googling things works. It's not that I didn't know, but I needed a reminder. Anyway, yeah, let's stop reminiscing and figure out the next part. We have got to read this, and thank you for this. This will probably tell us, yeah, but we'll wait for it a little bit. Okay, so now we have the graph. We go to the 11th story. The data GDP attribute and its corresponding bar element should align with the corresponding value in the y-axis. So that means these have to be numbers. But wait, why does that not work? We did it exactly the way we were supposed to. What about y-axis? Can you point me a little bit? Nope, not about y-axis. Maybe they were right about their y-axis. Let's look at their y scale. D3 scale linear and domain. They didn't use a max minimum value. Interesting. Of course, because minimum x is new date and max is this. How about the data length dot. Wow. Yowza. I mean, yeah, they didn't use a loop. But hey, max y. Where is scale linear? Oh, axis bottom. That means somewhere should be. Okay, that's their domain and range. Max y value. Wait. Yeah, y scales here. What did they use as y scale? D3 dot scale linear. That's okay. Domain 0 to max y. What is max y? D3 dot maximum value of data dot map. Oh, okay, so the maximum GDP value. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm using as that. But wait, 0 and the maximum value. Yes, that's what I'm using for the y scale. Then for the range, it's SVG height minus padding and padding. SVG height minus padding and padding. Exactly. So what am I doing wrong? Okay, that's another headache. Apparently, we were not supposed to do anything to this at all. That's okay. Applying the padding to make this appear more to the right is okay. At least according to them, with different graphs, of course, it would be different, yeah. But hey. Y-axis and y-scale. Y-scale stores value from 0 to this, right? Should this not? It should. Why does it not? Okay. Right. Did you not scale? Yeah, okay. It was not scaled out. That's a very smooth growth. That's 18,000. Let's look at you. Okay. So their Y scale also works. What did you do with that? Append transform SVG height minus padding, H minus padding. That's what I did. Wait, is this for what? What is this for? X-axis. Sorry. So we look at Y-axis. It's only padding. Maybe it's the padding that I did. Y-axis, padding and 0. Yeah. And don't worry, guys. Is the mic on? Yep. Okay, the mic is on. Right. This would flip it, right? No. It would make this disappear completely. Yowza. 0 to padding apparently. Oh, sorry. Is it because we're not using backticks? Probably. Yep. What happens now? We still pass 11 tests, and now the 11th test is passed. So apparently we had to separate them. I think we had to separate the two. Okay. So append G. If I remove this, right, dot append G, remove the semicolon, and if I run the tests, we will only pass the 10th test and not the 11th one. Yeah, because we are appending G to the G itself and not SVG. Okay, so now I need to read this. We should apply padding, right? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to use backticks. Chill, guys. Okay. There is no such thing as H minus padding, and yet still it. Now it's below. Very good. If I convert this to a plus sign, I don't think that's what we should be changing then. I should be changing U. Does that solve our problems? Yep, 10 and 11 are now. We've passed 10 and 11. Very good. I have no clue, but yeah. The thing that we were stuck on for an entire day yesterday. I spent 6 hours, I don't know, 5 hours doing that. And now we are done. We still have to figure the tooltip thing out, don't worry. Oh god. But hey, this thing helped. Not in the ways we thought it would. I thought of giving up and using this somewhere else, but hey, worked. Okay, let's see. I can mouse over an area and see a tooltip with the corresponding ID tooltip. which displays more information about the area. Now I need to understand what these guys did for that. Did they really use a mouse over function? Yep, there is apparently a mouse over function. Let's see. So I should Google D3 mouse over event. How to show data on mouse over in D3. Why don't we get it from the horse's mouth itself? Okay, so what do we want? And I can mouse over an area and CL tooltip with a corresponding ID tooltip, which displays more information about the area. The tooltip should have a data type property that corresponds to the data date of the active area. Okay, I'll click on U. When I hover over this, it should tell me the year, the quarter, and some text appended to billions. Okay. Okay, so okay, I can reuse that if statement here, but hey, apparently we have to use mouse over, and you do it with this on mouse over function event. What is this? It's all appended to the SVG itself. Interesting. Go. Okay. They also give it an attribute index, style, fill here, transform, translate. अच्छा यहाँ पे कर दिया transform, translate. सही है. I did not see that before, but hey, anyway, right. So that's it. Yeah, and then you work on overlay. That's okay. Okay. So let's see how to show data over on mouse over. Okay, all of that is done. What's the okay? W3 schools, please. On mouse over event. On click. Yeah, we need mouse over. Okay, let's see. It should be on the rectangles. Yep. Okay. U then. mouse over, comma space. Now here we write an anonymous function, or what we call arrow functions. What's this doing basically? It says variable I equals this dot get attribute index. Okay, so D or datum is the height of the current rectangle. Okay. Function event D. I need to understand this. D3 mouse over. Where are the docs? Mouse for example in D3. Thank you. Why do I need to log in? D3 dot scale. mouseo. Okay, mouse over my mouse over function. So we can call him. It's a callback method. We can define it somewhere then. Call mouse over. I mean, if it's simple, then wait. Before I refer to everything, what are we supposed to do when I hover over this rectangle? One of those things should appear with static text. The text will be dynamic. I mean, yeah, it will be based on each rectangle, but hey, that means this involves adding items, but this only does this much. Wow. Variable I calls this dot get attribute. Okay. Then index. How does it call this then? Are there multiple mouse overs? Or there's mouse over and mouse out? Oh, so when it leaves, it should go out. Okay. Mouse over. Dot term is the height of the current rectangle. I mean, I look at this and I still don't get it. What's index? Index is the index value. Get attribute. Index, which would be storing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Why are you storing that in I? What is I? Is there anywhere I equals? I itself, I mean, yeah, it would be, there would, yeah, that's stupid too. Okay. What about variable I? Oh, you're declaring it here and now. Years I, okay. Global variable. Wait a minute. Oh, this is the entire function. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. Ouch. 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 So you're doing a bunch of things. Overlay dot transition. Now what is overlay? Is overlay defined somewhere? Should be. Ought to be. Yup. Variable select dot wish holder append div class overlay style opacity, and then you start defining overlay over there in real time. That's a lot of code at play. So we do a bunch of things. Function. So many things, not even a bunch, a lot. Let's at least get us to return a few things. Show us a few things in the display. I definitely need that get attribute, but wait, think. What do we need? When I hover over a mouse, I want you to show me some text and a div. Okay, so things go crazy. SVG dot what? Append a div with the attributes with, let's say, 20 pixels. Yeah, let's not be too ambitious. There's already an error. Are you supposed to be a string or what? Unexpected token. Appending a div would cause it to be below. Oh. Now the syntax should be alright. Unexpected token. Okay. A div with a width and a height. Let's make it a square box, shall we? I mean, numbers are alright, yeah? Yeah, numbers are alright. It has no color. It has no class. Let's give it a class. We don't do it that way. We add attribute and we give it a class of, what do you want? Tooltip, ID tooltip, okay. Okay. Attribute fill with red. Let's see whether that works. But where will we see the div? Exactly. I'll refer to this better. Okay, so by default it exists, but it's not. Okay. Acha. And where's the ID tooltip in here? Oh, it's right above it, sorry. Right, select wedge holder, div ID tooltip, style opacity 0. Why don't we use these two? What for? It only changes the opacity when we, okay. That is clever. I like it. I'm going to add it. We don't have wedge holder. Instead, I'll write something else. Right, why is that causing problems? Are you the one causing the problems? I would like to think so. Yep, that's the one causing problems. ठीक है इस पे जाते हैं. So now we only change the opacity. Haha. Overlay dot this and then tooltip dot transition dot duration. Oh, ये सब किया है इन्होंने, सही है. Tooltip dot html array attribute data. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, I've been yawning too much. I'll guess I'll go and make some coffee. I'll be right back with you guys. Um, don't go anywhere. When I come back, we will continue this. Yes, let's get to it. Okay, so we're supposed to add a tooltips, aren't we? When I hover over it, a tooltip should appear. I'm going to write the code my way instead then. But I get the logic behind using that, so I will keep it. Apparently, select date graph and append a div with the ID and this style and attribute, whatever. Okay. Why is it tooltip and overlay? Now I need to understand why they're using overlay and a tooltip at the same time. Text appears. Overlay, transition, duration, style. Hide this with this. Opacity this much, 0.9. Okay. Is that the opacity of the box? What's the tooltip and what's the... Okay. Oh, that's the div itself. Oh, one of them is... Okay, so both of them are divs. Okay. The tooltip will transform the durations. That means the tooltip will be inside the viz holder, right? No, interesting. Why? Overlay dot transition duration height width opacity whatever left top. I is the attribute index. Oh, okay. What are you doing? Left and top height minus d. Acha. That's how you're getting these values. So maybe I don't need these values. I need it, but I don't need it to be constantly different. So maybe if I remove this, it still follows. Interesting. Why did it not before? Wait a minute. Why does this show an error? This thing's still working, so it's not like I stopped it. Okay, 0.5. The opacity didn't change. Okay, so we won't be able to see what they are doing, but basically they created two divs. One div would have its left and top and whatever properties, and tooltip would, I'm assuming, store the text. Yeah, tooltip.html. But how do you position yourself? If tooltip is inside viz holder, overlay is also inside viz holder. Append div. There are three things now, apparently. Okay. Okay, but that's okay. No, so we don't need to do that. this, I mean, this will be graph, hash graph, hash graph. So when we hover over it, we should see an element. Oh. Okay, let me try see what I'm trying to do. Is there an ID called tooltip? No, there is not an ID. Oh, we're adding an ID called tooltip, right? Tooltip dot append. No. D3 dot select graph, append a div with the ID tooltip and opacity 0. Yeah, I mean, it would be very easy to copy it, but no. Transition or duration, and okay, yeah, let's also change its opacity to 0.9. We still don't see it. Maybe because of you. But where would it even be? Maybe we need to give it x coordinates too. Did we give this thing x coordinates? Height, width, no. There's a lot going on that we do not see. Okay. That I'm not seeing. Okay, if I make this one, what happens? Exactly. D3 dot select graph. You can go. ID is graph. So select ID called graph. Append a div, attribute ID tooltip, and opacity 1. It does not, however, have a height or anything. Dot style, no. Yeah, that will cause problems, but oh, yeah. Acha, that's why. Oh. So first of all, we have got to remove these. Now we'll see some action, I hope. Where am I seeing this in the document? Save this code, please. Run it. Okay. Let's look at U. When I hover over this, nothing happens. Okay. How about you how about in the beginning? Maybe it gets appended in the beginning. SVG and E tooltip. Very good. Its position is not given. So maybe we do see it. Width 20, height 10 t. Okay, so let's give it some values to make it appear, x and y values while we're at it. Attribute x 30, y 30. Let's see if that brings it anywhere. No. But we do know, okay, what does it look like now? SVG holds a rectangle. And div called graph holds a tooltip. Nope. I mean, we already gave it with 20 in height, but apparently we don't see it. Invalid property value. I'm supposed to write 20 pixels. Yeah. Nope. How about now? Okay, no graph appears. Nothing appears yet with a width and a height. Save this. Show me where this is now. Where did it go? Is it at the end? I think it's at the end. Why don't I see it? Command F, tooltip. Ah. That's the tooltip, variable tooltip equals. Isn't that my code? That's my entire code. You didn't find tooltip over there, did ya? Mm-mm. Oh, by the way, does that pass our 13th test? No, okay, that's okay. Anyway, funny. But where is this now? Yeah, let's save it and then refresh it a couple of times. Okay. That's the only place it where. Okay. Oh, by the way, we have 2 current viewers. Amazing. Thank you for your support, guys. Funny how I blind myself. Just a second, I have a call. I'll be back. Anyway, where were we? So, we're trying to make this thing appear whenever called upon. Are there any console errors? When I hover over it, are there any console errors? No. Okay, but when I hover over it, चलो ये करते हैं बस. Select body, append a div with the ID this. Whenever I hover over these things, a div should appear. Let's not say a div, maybe some text then. But why do you not? Why does it not? Is this supposed to be the top? If I give this thing a few attributes like width and height, would this work? So maybe style them. Where is the red thing? Shouldn't this append a div? Select body, append div, whose attribute is ID tooltip. Then another ID is width and 20 pixels. Height is also 20 pixels. Maybe if I make this 1000 pixels, it will notice it. Is it the color? If I give it some height, it would definitely. Wow. Now I definitely want to see where it went. The container contains title and graph. And the FCC twist suite. Where inside this do we see tool tip? Div after the script ends, which is where? At the end, with apparently no values. Okay. Finally, we see something good. Okay. Okay, let's do this. We will only change the opacity when we hover over it. Let's try to change the opacity then. ATTR, style, opacity 0. Very good. So now it disappears. Doesn't mean it's not there, it only disappears. Oh, sorry, copy. Now I go here and inside this function I write tool tip dot. Oh, we didn't need that dot, did we? Dot style opacity. So if I mouse over any of these bars, they appear. Very good. Okay, and they don't go away, it doesn't go away, so we need that mouse out function too. Not a problem. Next is mouse out. On mouse out, you make the opacity go back to 0. Okay. Function from here till here, right? Yeah. Why is that problematic? Oh. When we hover over it, it appears. When I hover out, yep. Nice. Now we want the same thing to appear inside an SVG. And it's gone. I think it's because of those X and Y coordinates, maybe. Maybe it's because of the style. I don't know. The moment I selected an SVG, it does this. So where does it go? To find out, we save the code and then we run the preview in a full tab. Oh, by the way, these can, yeah. Okay. So whenever I hover over something, a tooltip will it's not even registered inside this. If I change the attribute, I need to do a lot of that thing. They work very differently inside the SVG and outside the SVGs. Append a div inside an SVG. I'm trying to append an HTML div inside an SVG, which I'm trying to create a graph. Someone tried to create a graph 10 years ago. Marker dot append rectangle, yeah, and inside the rectangle you append a div. You can't. Okay, so that's the question. You can't append HTML to SVG. Technically you can with foreign object, but it's a rabbit hole. Okay, then someone I would also consider using G element, as it's of similar purpose as div grouping objects. Okay, so maybe not div, maybe another rectangle then. Oh, that's going to be fun. Rectangle takes width and height. Okay, Bring it on. Nothing yet. Must be because of X and Y. Okay, and ATTR Y. Let's also keep that 240. Now we are working on both positive values and I don't see it. क्या यार चलना काम करना. Come on. It won't work that way. Youch. I don't even know if we are seeing it or not. Right. On mouse over opacity 1, that's it. Oh, it's yep. That's what the problem was. As long as it's okay, nice. So this should not be actually SVG. Select rectangle. Yowza. So any of the okay. Yep, if I hover over any rectangle now we can see some div. Now we can get started. Width and height. I want it here somewhere. Not like their tracer. Yeah, somewhere around here. What do we do? Can I make it a div now? If I make it a div, then we have to change a bunch of values, and it goes away. I understand. Let's start with 100 by 200. Okay, it looks like that now. Say, Q. So with acha ulta hona chahiye na, sorry. Do we like that? Yes, we like that. Nice. It only changes the opacity. That's it. Black. Yep. Okay. Now about the position. I need half of this. Oh, because it's an independent variable. Okay, that variable is not defined. Yowza. half of that is this. Oh, it would start from that, wouldn't it? Wouldn't you? It will be somewhere around this quadrant. Half. Okay, so we don't need a half. Maybe a third. Let's think. Not width, a third of the height. Does it appear in different locations? Why are you here? Y attribute. So X attribute tells us this is, so this is halfway. Oh, and when I hover over this item, it also, okay. Yowza. Why does that happen if I hover over the... Oh, because it's also a rectangle. Yee. Obviously, all rectangles. A circle needs a radius. Leave it. If I hover over itself, it will also reveal itself, which is very funny, kind of. That's kind of funny. It works its job though. Save this code. Okay, so apparently we passed the first test. Now we need to put the data on it. And I also need to figure out a position for this. A specific position. So that's in the center now, width wise, and now we also take care of you height wise. 1/4 of the height, a little bit 1/5 of the height, a little bit above 1/7 of the height. Okay, 10th. We like that. Yep. Instead, if I make this 0, no, we give it the padding. Yep. How do we append text to a rectangle? Is that even possible? We'll find out. Let's see. Okay. This is going to be funny. A div. The moment I appended a div, it just froze. Oh, right. Because of this. Dot text hello. Let's see if we can manage to do this. Okay, now that's completely gone. What if we only append the text hello? Oh, but we don't know if it's visible. So I also give it a style white. I mean, I could also have done this. Command Z, green. The text is not visible. Why is it not? Why are you not? I betcha. Let's refresh this. This tells me you have hello, but where? Exactly. It's here, but where? Okay, for that to work, I comment you out for a short second. So now it's not mouse, it won't mouse out. Once moused in, refresh. Still not mouse. Okay. Do I need to see? I need to save that. Okay. Show me hello. Okay, that's the only place where it. Okay. Deep sighs, but we know we have to do what we are supposed to do. Two useful methods are append and text. And I can't append a div. Okay. Then we make you. But this said it's not possible to append a div to. Okay, we see hello now. But not the rectangle because of its x and y coordinates. It should be above it. Come on. क्यों रे? no text. If I make this a div now, oh, not select, sorry, select body. Would you look at that? We can see a rectangle, but now its coordinates don't mean anything. Interesting. Now the text appears here instead of here. What happened? Wait a minute. When I did this, select div.append a rectangle, what happened? Oh, it appends a new div, but then it does not make the div go away. I don't think it needs that anymore. Yes. I mean, that is an element div which would tell us. Okay, I can do something about that. That means we don't even need you, do we? With its width and its height. Yep. That div doesn't go away when I mouse out. Only the rectangle goes away. But wait, no. I don't think we can see the rectangle. And if I do this, it will still... Oh my god, it only prints that. Yowza. So do you or do you not append a rectangle? I mean, it does, but are you appending a rectangle? I don't know. What are you? A rectangle? Uh-huh. Class container. When I hover over it, such dynamic code. Only the text containing hello returns. Nothing else. कहाँ गया मेरा कोड? बंद करो. If I did this, what happens? Yowza. div के अंदर रेक्टेंगल डाल सकते हैं, लेकिन रेक्टेंगल के अंदर div, लेकिन svg के अंदर div नहीं अपेंड कर सकते हैं. But can I do the opposite? Append a div inside a rectangle. We'll find out. Let's see. But we can't then. Oh yeah. Select all. Append div. Where will it even append the div? If I press Ctrl Z too many times, it gets shy. I don't want to select the div. I can also write dot container. Which would also only return the single div. Yeah. Fine. Append div. Nothing, of course. Yeah, 20 pixels will be noticeable. Uh-huh. Left property. And that has somehow we see hello, so that means it's working again. But why are you there? I think I need to make this display property in CSS. None inline block flex grid inline item table none initial inherit. No, there were make the container disappear, make the child elements of the next level in the down flex block level grid item inline block. What was it? What were you? The element is completely removed. I forgot. Make the container disappear, making the child elements children of the next level up and down. I don't think it's flex or display flex. Inline flex, inline grid list item run in. Let the element behave like a table, caption, column group, table head, table foot, table body, table data, table column, table row. Nahi be. There was another value. Oh yeah. Oh, not display. Go away. It's not that. Dot style position absolute. So now it's beyond. Very good. Now we see hello over there. So 100 pixels from the left and 100 pixels from the right didn't do it. Like I guessed. 50% should do it then. Okay. And maybe not 50%. 1/4 of 50, so 25%. Yep, a little bit below than 30%. It will look different everywhere. Save this, refresh. Nope, acha, okay. 30% of. Okay, good. We see hello. Instead of hello, we need something else. Ha. Which will be the difficult part. But we have covered a milestone. Let's see if we still pass the 13th test. Yes, we still pass the 13th test. Now the data date property corresponded to the data date of the active area. I understand. Oh, what do you want to see? So you want लिखा होगा ना यहाँ पे My tooltip should have data date property that corresponds to the data date. अच्छा एक attribute जिसका नाम data date. अच्छा so I can get away with writing hello. Okay. It means I need some of that help. Get कुछ था ना अबे it won't be here. It will be in the script.js file though. Get attribute, get attribute index. So attribute is data hyphen date and I write this dot get attribute data date. That should get what we are looking for. Maybe. Yep, done. Now I get why they stored it as an I. An I for an I. Hi. Anyway. ATTRABUTE equals Yep, now we see this. I need to give it some width and a better width. 200 by 100. Yowza. And now it's over there. But it will tell us which year it was. Acha. And yet you're positioned over there. So I think we got the height part right, maybe not the width part. Yeah, not the left part. Why though? I think because we appended text to the wrong thing. What are you tooltip? div के अंदर ये सब attribute किया. So divs over here. How do I know? I will tell you. This text I think is outside the div. Don't believe me, see it and believe it. Apparently not, I was wrong. Okay. Right. It's 50%. And why did it work before? Now it's 40% to the left. I don't like this. Now it will always be in the center. Come on, dude. Viewport height. Rocks. Have we had comments? Nope. Okay. Now it's a little bit, I would understand why it's behaving that way. Okay, what if I make this 50% now? And now it's over the right side. I think we need to add that viewport rule maybe. Run the preview please. Okay, it ran the preview and it looks like it's here, but when I write 40% of viewport width, okay, 45 viewport width, it's over. Okay, it's a little bit more to the right and not to the left. Pew, 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 pew. In that case, the width of this SVG is 900. Okay, let's put it inside the container instead of body then. Dot container. Now we've appended the div inside this. If I make the position relative, yeah, then it's here. So we can't count on that thing. I can't count. I can count on 30%. 30% viewport height. If I made this 40%, it works exactly how I desire it to. Nope. Too low. I mean too high. Too low. Now it's, yeah, that's, I like this place. I can append more text, but before we do that, I want to take care of the positions. Appending the text is easier. Yeah. Because all I have to do. कहाँ गया? ओ बाबर, 8:45 बज गए. क्या करेंगे? 15 मिनट. Yeah, I'm going to take a a long break. When I'm done, I will be back with you guys. Yeah, क्या करेंगे? Yeah, I'll be back with you guys again in a couple of minutes, maybe half an hour or something, and then we can continue the live video. Thank you for watching and thank you for your support. Have a good day. Bye.